Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is May 10th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, Hawaiian Islands will be the bottom left here, and you can see the Pacific Ocean, big ridge out across the region here. It's going to really let us warm up today, tomorrow, and then we're going to go through a gradual cool down here Sunday and Monday, but we've got some model discrepancy we're going to go over as we go on in through next week. Some interesting stuff to look at here. We'll also take a look at the aurora forecast for tonight as well towards the end of the video. But look at some of these temperatures today. Could be pushing 80 degrees here for SeaTac, and some areas are probably going to be going towards the mid 80s, even warmer down across some of the Willamette Valley and portions east of the Cascades as well. You can see some nice balmy temperatures overnight. Also, taking a look at the warm weather, cold water, swift waters out there, snowmelt ongoing. Just remember that that water is very cold out there. It can really sap your energy quite quickly here, and it can make rescue difficult. The air may be warm, but the water is cold, and all the National Weather Services are now, kind of talking about that fact there as well. And you can see as you go on into Montana as well, you're talking about the probability of 80-degree temperatures being quite high for some areas here. We're definitely going to be on the warm up across the region. This is Great Falls, Montana. Heads up if you're traveling eastbound, if you're out across the portions of Montana where you typically get some of the snowmelt concerns out there. So heads up for that. They issued this morning from the National Weather Service, Great Falls. And this is Medford, Oregon here. And this is really a good thing across much of the region, especially east of the Cascades or mountainous regions as well. Get ready for fire season incoming here. Kind of more of a concern than normal probably, since a lot of areas are below normal with the snow water equivalent. Now take a look at Seattle. There is the gale watch here. I'm going to show you when these westerlies are going to start to kick up here. And again, they talk about the cold the cold water and whatnot, and the fast rating streams out there. But you can see Seattle right around 80 degrees both days here today and tomorrow. Shelton a bit warmer, North Bend 86. Look at that. It's going to just feel absolutely absolutely roasting out there. Centralia 86 as well. Aberdeen way out to the coastline 83 degrees. So yeah, be prepared for the very warm temperatures. I mean, even Forks way out on the coast 84 degrees today. Probably the warmest day out for the coastal areas. Now, if we one more look at that here, all the National Weather Services, including Pendleton, talking about that cold rivers and the swift waterways out there. So day one thunderstorm outlook, nothing for the Pacific Northwest. Maybe some storms clipping southeast Idaho, but no thunderstorm threat across Washington, Oregon, British Columbia, at least for now. And if you want a nice, affordable home weather station, or it has a lightning detection system with it, and the next time we get some thunderstorm activity, it's very fun to watch that roll. And you can see that it does temperature, it does barometric pressure, stores a lot of data for you in the cloud. Click on that link below to save 10% off. Now let's compare some interesting stuff here. You got the European on the left versus the GFS on the right. We're looking at 18,000 feet or 500 millibars. Take a look at the ridge that's dominating our weather that we saw in the infrared satellite imagery. And again, comparing the European versus the GFS, you can see the ridge hang on through Saturday, but then we get some changes and we start to kick the flow onshore a bit here as we go through Sunday and Monday, and then the differences will start to emerge here as you can see a stronger trough with the European versus the GFS. Big differences in our temperatures here across Pacific Northwest and what kind of weather we would expect as being much stronger westerlies and start to bring a storm system into British Columbia here versus more of a dominant ridge and much warmer conditions according to the GFS. It'll be interesting to see where this goes tomorrow. That'll be definitely something interesting I'll be watching here as we go through the 12Z runs that'll be incoming here as well. But we'll revisit this all again tomorrow, and we'll kind of go day by day and see what's in store for us as we go through next week. But in the meantime, of course, we got very warm conditions coming up today, tomorrow, and Sunday still should be pretty warm, as you can see. And we're looking like maybe some above average temperatures here on the National Weather Model. Still trying to work out what's going to be coming after this ridge here, though. And if we look at the mean civil pressure, so this is what's going on. We got this thermal trough. These are very subtle features. So this isn't a super deep low pressure system or anything, but it does help with the offshore flow and allows us to warm up today. And that's why many areas in the coastal regions will be hottest today. And then you'll get a bit of that marine influence as we go through tomorrow, but a very warm day for the interior like Seattle and Portland, eastern Washington, Oregon, British Columbia, a lot of the valley areas. And then the thermal trough kicks east of the Cascades. And that's when we start to get more of that marine influence here as we go through the day. Sunday, Now, if we take a look at the winds associated with that, again, you can see the offshore flow as we go through the day today. Then we start to gradually weaken that as we go through Saturday, and we start that onshore flow as we go through Saturday afternoon. You can see some of these gale force winds potentially coming down some of the Strait of Juan de Fuca, the Strait of Georgia here, east slopes of the Cascades as we go through Sunday night. And then we continue that marine influence here as we go through Sunday night into Monday, cooling us down a bit further here. And then what's to come after that is still up in the air. Now, taking a look at the North American model, at the surface, you'll notice some of these gusty north winds like down the Puget Sound, the Willamette Valley, and the coastal areas here as well. Kind of a typical hallmark of our nice summer days here across the Pacific Northwest, even though it still is spring. But as we go on in through tomorrow afternoon, you'll see the westerlies start to kick up down the Strait of Juan de Fuca as we go through tomorrow night especially. And then again as we go on in through Sunday, probably stronger westerlies as we go through the day Sunday. Pretty good surge coming down the Strait of Juan de Fuca and down the east slopes of the Cascades. Nice for the wind generation plants out there. If we take a look at Portland yesterday, look at 83 degrees. That's 15 degrees above average, only 4 degrees off the all-time record high set back in 2020. And we're going to be very warm again here today. I don't think we're going to get these records, but, you know, we're probably going to get some upper 80s actually over the next couple of days for some of Portland there. And but we did do pretty well so far this month as far as observed precipitation, and our normal precipitation is about 2.5 for the entire month, so we still have plenty of time to catch back up to that. Seattle, on the other hand, has kind of started off pretty slow as far as rainfall is concerned. We were at 74. What a warm day yesterday, 9 degrees above average, still nowhere near the record high set back in 2020, but we're probably headed towards 80 today. We're still not going to get the record high today or tomorrow, most likely. We're just not going to get the 87 with this setup here, but still enjoy these next couple of days. And here we go at the National Blended Models. You can see Seattle 81. Look at Southwest BC likely getting to 80 as well. Maybe some upper 80s here for portions of Portland Metro into the Willamette Valley. And we go to tomorrow again, Seattle 80. Nice and warm east of the Cascades. Then you'll see the cool down here as we go to Sunday. You see that marine influence start to come in here, but still a fairly warm day. Maybe some morning low clouds starting to come in here for some of the region. And then we go to Monday, probably another 10-degree drop here. And then we start to bounce back potentially next week. As we saw, we don't know how much that ridge is going to build in and what kind of influence that trough going north of us is going to have, or if the GFS is just completely right and we just build another dominant ridge off the coastline here and really allow us to warm up. But you can see these are above average temperatures as we go through next week. So lots to look at here in the next few days. This is the GFS as of yesterday. So we hit 74 at Seattle, predicted 76. So probably looking at maybe low 80s. The European seems to be underdoing these temperatures. The GFS slightly overdoing, so probably somewhere right between maybe 81, 82 for SeaTac if I had to guess. And if we take a look at the Seattle Metro as far as today, this is 84 and 84. That's the GFS as of last night's model run. So yeah, probably anywhere between 80 and 82 would be my guess for Seattle today. And actually, let me back that up here really quick here and show you what the GFS shows as that ridge, the next ridge builds in here as well. You can see what that would bring here, but the European does not agree right now. Again, we'll be checking that out day by day. Bend, Oregon, above average here for probably the next week or so. And check out our 16-day temperature of precipitation anomaly. You can see that we are going to be running a deficit here for the next couple of weeks. Already abnormally dry here and some drought across the region. Low snow levels. This is not going to bode well here. Hopefully we can, get a few systems in here before May wraps up. Cross your fingers for that, because we do not want to be headed into the summer season with, drought concerns and whatnot and drier than normal conditions. But if we look at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, you notice they backed off on that sliver here for some below normal conditions. And that's probably because what the GFS is showing and, the disagreement between models right now. Big above average signal here across some of the Southwest. Here's the 6 to 10 day, below average across some of the West, 8 to 14 day. See that above average signal as well. And then near normal as we go on in through May 23rd. If we take a look at the drought monitor, we still have some moderate drought out there as well. Just like I talked about yesterday, severe drought and extreme drought across Idaho and Montana. British Columbia not doing well at all. I'll probably bring up the British Columbia drought map tomorrow and show you some of that activity as well. But I wanted to bring this up also. I know a lot of people are talking about this, the the aurora is going to be going on here, the northern lights. You may be having a chance to see this across some portions of BC, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, always clouds permitting here. And so if I run through this is total cloud covered percent. So if we run through this about midnight tonight right there, and that's pretty good. You're not looking at much cloud cover here, maybe a few high clouds across northern portions. It doesn't look too bad. But as we go into Saturday morning, you can see a bit more of that high cloud action trying to move in here. But you might be able to see it if it does happen tonight. So heads up for that. Anyway, yeah, we will be looking at everything again tomorrow. I'm really interested to see if the GFS or the European is going to win this round, as far as the GFS building another big ridge after this one here. I kind of hedge towards the European usually here, but we'll see. We'll revisit that tomorrow. But anyway, I hope you guys get a chance to get out there and enjoy that sunshine. I mean, we got severe clear across a lot of the region here. I mean, we got some clouds moving through British Columbia, and you can see some wave action off the Rockies there across the extreme northeastern British Columbia as well. But yeah, lots of sunshine out there. Get out there and enjoy it, and be careful of that cold water. But yeah, anyway, we'll do this again tomorrow. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I will talk to you guys then.